Hey, what's going on, everybody? Boilon here, live from Oslo. Today, we're going to be talking about some diamond promotions. We're going to be talking about some of the best characters that you can upgrade with your diamond promotions that you've maybe been sitting on or thinking about who you want to upgrade, especially if you've been converting some of your Elite 7 orb credits, or maybe you haven't, or maybe you've got some dupes. Now, there's probably going to be about 6 or 7 characters on this list. I would say probably in no particular order, but I want to talk about ones that kind of popped up with me. Now, I've been in some discussions with my Alliance and Discord as well, and we kind of came to some of these as a conclusion, and I want to cover these characters that I think are going to be worth upgrading with your diamond promotions. But before we really get started on that, though, and talk about them, I actually have enough to upgrade one character to Diamond 1, but I'm also sitting on a bunch of orbs that we got from compensation from running the Sword Satellite for a second time, and so I want to open these first before we actually get to our picks. I want to see does Boilon get anything good. So we got that one free Diamond Orb, which you can't even get in the game right now, and then I have 13 Diamond Dawn Orbs, so I want to open these on the video here with you guys and see if I get anything good. No, we got a 1-star long shot. 1 diamond long shot, which obviously I'm not going to really use. Now, coming up next, we have a 1 diamond silver samurai. Now, I don't think I even have him at 7 red, so he's not on the let's just say he's not on the list. So green means 7 red. 7 red rhino. So I don't know if I'll get much use of it. Rhino was kind of the one character that I wasn't really considering much from the rework. That's a little bit unfortunate, but we got a lot of things to pull here. Oh, interesting. 1 diamond US agent. So for better or for worse, we're still using Rebirth in the raids. I don't know if I have a 7 red for him or not, though, so I don't know if I'll actually be able to actually upgrade that. 7 red War Machine. Well, that's not very good there. Next pull, we have a 1 diamond Yelena Belova. Well, that's not going to be used for sure. 7 red Vision. I think that's a dupe. Yeah, so you get a full Elite 7 orb as a dupe, which is really interesting because then you can convert that to 5 diamonds if you want, or 5 silver diamond credits, or opening up that Elite 7 orb again. So I'm really glad that they give you dupes as Elite credits. A 5 to a 7 for Psylocke. That's pretty good. We're still using her for Death Seed anyway, so that's not too bad. We get a 7 red Ironheart OG, which I am not going to make use of today. 1 diamond Black Widow. This actually, I don't think I have a 7 red for Black Widow, but that would be a nice upgrade if I was able to use it. 7 red Guardian. Okay, well that's not going to be used either. 1 diamond Baron Zemo. Now I don't think I have him at 7 red. I haven't pulled any 2 diamonds or higher ever yet in these orbs. Another 7 red. Oh, wait, we got the diamond for Silver Samurai, so now we can actually use that, and it's actually gonna... So this is interesting. We're gonna get the 7 red upgrade and the 1 diamond, straight up from some 7 red to 1 diamond. I still use him a little bit, but he's geared tier 16, so, I don't really plan on taking him up much further than that, and we got all these promotions here. Psylocke is probably gonna be the best one, honestly, on this list here. As far as, it wasn't a diamond upgrade, but it was the 7 red upgrade, so that's quite nice there. I'll click on this later. I'm not going to do that for the purposes of this video, but I do want to talk about the characters. Actually, no, we still have the diamond orb before we get to it. Let's pull this. What do I get out of this one? We got oh my god, a 1 diamond Drax. Good god. Okay, so out of all of that, I now have 199 silver diamond credits, which means I can buy almost 4 characters of diamond upgrades, and so that's kind of part of why I'm doing this video, is I think more and more people are going to be collecting these diamond credits, and so I want to go over some of the best characters that I think that you should consider when upgrading. Now, it's not an exhaustive list. We're probably going to be talking about like 7 characters in this video, so if you're ready to go, everybody, then let's boil this down. And the first character that I want to talk about on this list, believe it or not, is Icarus. These are all going to be largely, I would say, free-to-play friendly choices in the fact that you should be able to have them 7 yellow available, and there's a good chance that you might already have these characters at 7 red because of their value in general. And so I wanted to add Icarus to this list, and the reason why he's on this list, now he's towards the bottom of the list, but because we're getting Sword Satellite, I honestly think Eternals are going to have significant value still. And I do want to actually take Icarus to gear tier 18 after I finish Dark Dimension 6 for the first time. I think that the Eternals in general, and especially Icarus with his flipping, with his damage, and his turn bar rewind, I think he's going to still continue to have significant value, and I think that getting a diamond upgrade for him would actually be very good. I think that getting more stats for him will make his, and especially if you're able down the line, able to get him to a gear tier 17 and 18, I think his damage stats are still going to go up. His stats actually aren't too terrible right now. I know he's a bit of an old character, but I still think that the Eternals are going to be one group of characters that are, and they're so good because they're just a duo, right? Icarus and Cersei. And so you can use them with a lot of other characters, which I think has a lot of value. So Icarus is going to be the first one on this list. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Moving on. Okay, so second on this list is going to be Kang the Conqueror. I know what people are going to say, that this is not necessarily that free-to-play friendly. However, I do want to counter a couple of things. I realize that he's not permanently farmable. However, you know, I've never spent any money on Kang, and I have 131 out of 300 shards. I think if you maybe... you know, if you took advantage of some of the other ways that you could get Kang shards, I think that maybe you might have even more than I do. You know, there's a lot of... In the past, there was like super cheap bundles as well. I know I say free-to-play friendly, but this is also very light friendly spending as well. Also, because of the Incursion 3.8, there is easy ways to get 7 red on Kang, which means that he would be available for that diamond. I'm still waiting. I did get a 6 red from the campaign, but I didn't get a 7, so I'm still waiting around for that. And as soon as I get that 7-star, I'm going to be putting a diamond on Kang, because Kang just in general is super useful as a standalone character. His damage is through the roof, and we're using him daily. At least I'm using him daily in pretty much everything that I do. So Kang is definitely a strong contender. The type of characters that you want to upgrade, I think, with the diamonds is not so much different than the red stars, honestly. Is characters that typically who are damage based, but have some value beyond that as well. So Kang the Conqueror, second on this list as well. Moving on. Next character on this list is going to be Gambit. Now, a lot of people are upgrading Gambit to gear tier 18 for Dark Dimension 6. I think he wasn't bad. He wasn't super great in global. You know, it was the Apocalypse showed. We all know that, who've gone through Dark Dimension 6 global at this point. But Gambit gets a little bit of an extra added bonus because he's got a ping mechanic. You know, his passive does a lot of damage. And so the higher stats that Gambit has, the more damage this is going to be done. Especially in PvP-based modes like War and Crucible. You're going to see a lot of value over the damage that Gambit can put out. And so for that reason, I think that, and because he's farmable, of course, in the Cosmic Crucible store, very easy to get to 7 yellow. There is a lot of people who did upgrade him to 6 and 7 red as well. So that means that he would be available to get up to that 1 diamond if you want to purchase that for him. He probably will be for me. I mean, take a look at gear tier 18 at 7 yellow, 7 red. Honestly, he's at 2 million hit points. That's pretty crazy if you even think about compared to some of the other characters that are going to be on this list. 2 million, his stats are very high. So he will get to take advantage of that diamond upgrade, and he'll be doing more damage on his pings as well. So I think Gambit is definitely deserving on this list. And so that's Gambit in the number, where are we? 4? I don't know, he's third on the list. Moving on. Alright, so I feel like I really had to bring this one up. So the next on the list is going to be Spider-Weaver. Now, I realize that I don't have her at gear tier 18. She was someone that I was considering, but you know, because of the debacle last year with Spider-Weaver and people, or you know, whenever it happened anyways, that people got a free 7 yellow, I think this is another reason why I want to bring this on the list. Now, Spider-Weaver was a character that, you know, typically almost everyone upgraded to 7 red. Because when they got the free 7 yellow, people were like automatically bringing her up to 7 red because why not, right? And so I still think that she's a very solid plug-and-play character. I think she's a character that people are going to be using for some time. And especially now, like, again, just like Icarus, because of Sword Satellite, I think a lot of these other characters that maybe we're not using in certain game modes, but we're going to get to take advantage of there as well. And Spider-Weaver is a very strong character standalone. So someone definitely that you'll have access, I think, in my opinion, to those star levels, and thus a little bit easier to get that diamond status. So Spider-Weaver is probably going to be an upgrade that I will have of my own as well. And so I really wanted to add her to this list. So Spider-Weaver coming in on the next slot. And we're moving on. Okay, and the next on the list, this one might be a little bit of a contentious pick, is going to be Nick Fury. So I know that we're all still using Invaders and Nick Fury in the daily raids for the skill raids for Incursion. We're still going to be using Invaders when it comes to running Incursion 2. And the other, you know, Nick Fury's not a damage-based character. So this is one instance where You know, normally I would consider damage-based characters first. The other reason for this is actually because of his summons. So, one of my Alliance members did actually upgrade Nick Fury to 1 diamond. And the minions actually do take advantage of these stats as well, which is really great. And some of you who run the Incursion raid, I know most people don't manual it anymore, but if you do play it on manual, you know how much damage Nick Fury summons do. And so they're going to get bonuses from this upgrade as well, which is quite substantial. And then, of course, Nick Fury in general is a pretty solid character. His rework was really good when the Invaders came out. And I think in this instance, because the summons are so strong and you get so many of them, that they're really going to benefit from this upgrade as well. So I think Nick Fury still deserves to be on this list, despite him being a little bit older. You can get him to 7 yellow, you can get him to 7 red through the upgrades. Unfortunately, it's not farmable in the Incursion campaign chapters like some of the other characters are, like Spider-Weaver, like Kang, things like that as well. But I do believe that Nick Fury should be on this list. So that's Nick Fury. I don't even know what position we're in because it's not really a top list. These are just some of the best picks that I think should be. So moving on. Now, this one is going to be an honorable mention because I realize that, yes, Ghost Rider Robbie Reyes is not farmable right now. However, it feels like that Scopely is actually doing a pretty good job when it comes to making characters farmable after their 4-month promise. Now, this remains to be seen a little bit, and I want to, hold their feet to the fire on this one. But when it came to Teen Loki, that he was actually made farmable after 4 months. So we probably will see Ghost Rider farmable within the next month or so. And I believe that, as far as the Secret Defenders go, he is the best character on that team. With the exception of Black. To be honest, even over Black Cat, I think Ghost Rider is just so powerful that I think that he will be the first character that I will upgrade to Diamond status when it becomes available once I get that 7 yellow for him. As soon as he becomes farmable, I'll start buying up those Red Star promotions for him, 6 and 7, so that I can eventually upgrade him to Diamond. I think that you can all pretty much agree that Ghost Rider is the best character on that team. So yeah, honorable mention here. I realize he's not farmable. Most people probably don't have 7 yellow. It's just something I want people to have in the back of their mind in the future as well. I don't know how often I'll be doing these types of videos. Really depends. And so I just wanted to throw this out there now. So Ghost Rider Robbie, definitely someone that you should consider. If you're one of those people who kind of wailed out for this character, then you be my guest. Go ahead and buy that Diamond. I think it'll be pretty safe. So moving on to the next. And I think this is going to be my top pick. This is going to be my last and top pick here is Kestrel. So Kestrel, what can I say? Since the rework for Project Pegasus last patch, super powerful. Once again, kind of elevated Kestrel to top status in the game. She's one of my highest power characters in the game. Her stats are great. I mean, I know her health is not through the roof by any means, but just overall, she's a very great character. And once again, just like Gambit, she has a ping mechanic down here somewhere. So 400% damage. That's going to scale up, of course, with diamond upgrades as well. And you're going to be she's going to stay relevant for quite a long time. Not only is she a really great standalone character, but, of course, within the Project Pegasus team that you're going to be using in both Incursion 1 and Incursion 2, you're going to get a lot of value out of Kestrel for some time to come. Also, you kind of need to upgrade her to Gear Tier 17 anyways, and a lot of people are choosing to take Kestrel into Dark Dimension 6 Cosmic, again, both because of her value, because you already have her at 17 anyways for Apocalypse, and also her value in the Project Pegasus team. She's my highest powered character on that team, and this is going to be, I'm looking for it right now. I'm looking for the 1 diamond upgrade for Kestrel. I'm not at this point ready to put in for 2 diamond upgrades. I think those are things that I'm going to be waiting for polls, I think, but at the very least, I think all the characters that I discussed in today's video are characters that you should be upgrading to at least 1 diamond. I think there's just not a lot of orbs. There's not enough orbs to really start considering, 2 diamond, 3 diamonds, those kind of things at this point as well. But we'll have some more time to talk about that in the videos to come and in the future as well as we get more of this stuff coming in. So I just wanted to kind of list these. I think there were 6 major characters. So just to recap, we had Icarus, we had Kang the Conqueror, we had Gambit, we had Spider-Weaver, we had Nick Fury, and we top things off with Kestrel with an honorable mention of Ghost Rider Robbie when he does eventually become farmable. So that was 7 characters that I wanted to talk about. There's I mean, just looking at my roster, there's a decent amount of characters that you could consider. I would love to put diamonds on Vol, but of course she's not farmable. And I just want to think about the characters that I'm using frequently enough, like daily, outside of the characters that are dark promo, of course, which we can't do at this point in time yet anyways. But yeah, those were my picks anyways. Let me know about your picks. You know, if there's something that I didn't say, that I didn't cover, that you think I should have, please let me know in the comments down below. And of course, everybody, until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you all later. Boilon signing out.